You gonna go find a ball June bug? Well, thought I'd showcase the weed eater and the mods I've done to it to clean and bushwhack trails, maintain, make new trails. Like this hillside here, there's not much you can use on it, you know, that's cost effective. You get into like the brush mowers and stuff, like you can't put them on this hill. So you got to come up with something. Chainsaw, yeah. But then like the smaller stuff, this is, what do they call these? Thimbleberries? Razzleberries. So it's just, you know, you're cutting it with the chainsaw, it's just clogging it up. It's dangerous too. These things are dangerous in themselves because the branch or whatever it is, it's slicker than heck. So you got to kind of like kick it as you go. But yeah, I thought I'd show what I'd done to it, the weed eater. It's just a simple Echo. And I put a saw blade on it. So this is just 7¼ inch saw blade. These are Harbor Freights. Is old Diablo. But the nice thing about it is when they quit cutting wood efficiently, you throw them in here and get the rest of the goodie out of them. And you can see like running into rocks and whatnot every once in a while. The carbides fly off sooner or later. But that baby will still cut. It's just when you get a fresh one in, then you can mow off the smaller saplings pretty easy. So yeah, what I did was just took the stringer line head off of it. I knocked the diamond out and put a spacer in there. You know, a thin, call it like a washer. It's more like a shim. It's just to keep it centered on the shaft. And then just washered it and used the same lock nut to pinch it. But yeah, the shim's just to keep it centered. And as far as this thing is cut a lot. Like I've ran lots of tanks through this. I've lost one shaft, and that was because of me. Like I was I was getting a little violent with it, you know. As the blade gets duller or you get tired, you start kind of just getting a little rammy with it, I would say. But the nicest thing about it, I would say, yeah, what is this model? Huh. There it is. GT225. These guys, you got to pretty much pull the plugs out of the carb so you can adjust it. They don't run worth anything stock, if you ask me. And yeah, I'm running it rich as heck, but I lost one shaft. That was like 15 bucks, if I remember right. Simple. And a tank is a workout because you're pretty much at idle. Like you're just off of idle. Unless you're getting into some thick stuff, then you're, you know, giving it some gas, revving it up some. But low RPM work, basically all you got to pay attention to is it's looking down on it, clockwise rotation. So you want to be cutting up here. You want it to be engaging about here with your work. Say like 2 o'clock position, you can get around 3 o'clock. You work over here, you're asking for trouble. It's going to start walking around on you. And if you aren't paying attention and hit it somewhere in here and it's got a log to go traverse, like it'll take off on you. So then I have this kind of rotated over. I'll probably rotate it over even more so it gives me a little more leverage. Because if I'm up on top, it wants to pull out of your hand if you catch. And then it's just like anything. I mean, anything will hurt you if you aren't paying attention. So you got to have some common sense, some logic about it. Put some duct tape on this because the Vibes works this head loose a little bit. But the bearings in the head, man, I'm not complaining. They say you can pick these weed eaters up for like next to nothing because they don't run for shit and people pretty much just give them away. So I'm going to get down in this hill and show how she works. Yeah, sometimes it's just getting into the spot. But yeah, I'll cut this stuff. That's what's nice. Like, it'll do all of it. I'm not going back getting multiple different pieces of equipment. I'm just using this. So it'll limb, take out these saplings. I can limb that cedar and get the razzleberries all knocked down. And then it can be drying. And then you're just coming back later, raking it up, torching it off. Little choke. See how she wants to run this morning. That's what we like. And it doesn't take much to get the blades spinning. It's kind of like anything. You get that mass momentum going, and it takes a load off the engine, if you ask me. See, that's pretty good. Don't see much run out. I haven't had a blade fly off on me or anything. Knock on wood. But see, this is RPMs I'm working with pretty much. Super low RPM. If you want to be really safe, steel toe boots, you know, I don't know, if you got a shark suit laying around, put that on. Not many suits of armor laying around. Like I said, I'm just working over here with my cutting in that area. From 1 to 3 o'clock. But what's super nice is see how flush I'm with the ground? There's nothing more annoying than riding and you're cutting or you're catching little stubs, you know, like even an inch out of the ground. Like, watch this guy. This is pretty good size. And you just peck away at it. Just mows it right off. And then I can come back and limb it. Cut it down a little more. It really is, cats me out. I'll probably take a few tumbles. That's what I kind of like about this too. I can use my cat-like skills and get it out of my way. If I start falling, I throw it. Now these razzleberries, they're thick, just thick. And we've got plenty of them. They're everywhere. They're pretty good though. They just grow wild. I'd recommend wearing glasses, of course. You got some stuff flying. Drop down in here. But yeah, right now it rained yesterday, so it's like the worst conditions for standing on a hillside. All the limbs, old limbs that are laying here, and then these, like I said, these stalks off the razzleberries. It's like a toboggan or a runner. Yeah, that used to be just as thick. Got that all knocked down. Of course, the leaves aren't up yet, but this whole hillside would just be, you know, ground cover with all these. They don't look like much right now, but they get really branched out. Like the leaf, see the size of the leaves. Think about that, just covered that whole stalk. So like this whole hillside is not usable. And then when I get it cleaned off, see, we can ride them. Another example of small, looks like a birch. See how nice that cuts that off? You get into, I can get like a 3-incher, I'd say, 3 to 4 inch tree cut off with this. You gotta peck at them sometimes, because the depth here is what it is that's fighting you. So you gotta work your way around it. See, there was a kick. Not bad though. Like I said, just use a little common sense. Practice makes perfect. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Got it pretty flush there. And we'll get this guy out of here. Yeah! Get on! June bug's off looking for a ball. And then see how this hemlock here is so thick. Start knocking the branches down. You can actually see the creek. I'll jump over there. I'm gonna get rid of this guy though, before I get it in the wrong spot. Isn't that nice? And we have a view. It's probably my favorite part of it. It just cuts everything so flush. I mean, you can get that with a chainsaw, but it's hard on your chain. You're getting into rocks and dirt with, you know, even really trying to be vigilant, stay out of it. Whoop. Yeah, I could just cut that one down, but we'll leave it for now. All right, maybe we'll drop down in there, clean that up. Can't find anything, June? But see, otherwise this whole area, like Carl and I both came in here and did a bunch of cleaning. Now we can use it. We can ride in here. Rather than just driving by it. once you get it all knocked down, what I've been doing is just, I can come back and maintain it pretty easy as the new growth kicks in. Couple, 3 hits, and the stuff doesn't really want to grow back. You know, it doesn't have a chance. See how flush that is? There's nothing worse than working in the timber and you're constantly tripping on little freaking studs. Ooh, just rode that guy down. I didn't see it, had a bunch of organics on it. That's your morning stretch. Oh, there's a rock. They come out of nowhere. Pretty much just an audio thing. You don't see it and all of a sudden you hear it. Yeah, you got to get the motor tuned. Like I said, you're not in the RPMs, so you're in the low, on the low side. And I'm sure we'll come back, clean up some of these logs. It's a couple step process. You get the easy stuff, and then you got to cut this stuff out. The overgrowth. So you can access it. These cedars I'm kind of eyeballing, they might be good for some boards. And I plan for snow biking too, at least I try. So just because you cut the limbs off, let's say 6 foot, somewhere in there for riding dirt bikes, when the snow load gets on the trees and the branches want to droop, so I try to overcut when I'm limbing. Otherwise, you go ride in the winter, you're like, well, you gotta go around and knock all the snow off the branches with your helmet. You could run the actual like stringer head guard on it, but see, it was getting in my way all the time. Catching it, it felt more dangerous to me. But that's just me. until I start to feel like I'm getting reckless with it, and then I'll call it a day, do something else. Because it would lay you open pretty easily. See if we can get over there without sliding down the hill. Later. I don't know how else you would access some of these hills. Like I say, I can't ride a four-wheeler on it and get it beat down. This stuff wins. You can't get any traction. Dirt bike's doable, but then you just got like, wherever you hit, you're trying to, you know, go path of least resistance. But the branches, they'll win every time. I gotta get back to that guy. So it just needs cleaned up first. And to me, this is like excellent fireproof mitigation, or forest fire mitigation. Get her down to dirt, it doesn't burn. As you get out in some spots, there is a lot of fuel on the ground. Years and years and years. Trees falling down. Well, see, like, we can't even see through here right now. In a matter of a couple minutes, we will be able to. Trying to cheat. Why don't I get on that backside? It's not bad because you got the gravity working for you. I mean, this is probably the worst part, trying to stand on the hill. But then after that, you just drag this stuff all down. It comes down the hill pretty easy. So you can see, it wants to. Nice looking cedar. Might as well get it to where we can see it. These guys will probably go, but I'll probably use a chainsaw on those. And those guys. they don't really have a chance. They don't amount to anything. There's spots you get into and it's just, that's all it is. Just a bunch of little bitty saplings. All fighting for some sunlight. That's pretty cool. Look at this. It's a weird looking moss. Looks like a leaf. Pretty. Let's get this guy. Cutting that one blind. Those are like, they're healthy, those branches. They can be like 10, 12 feet long. Same thing, they're out, you know, trying to stretch their wings, get out some rain and sun. But yeah, the environment around here, there are so many trees. Like, the conditions are just perfect for trees. Ah! See, look how long that branch is. Off that little bitty sapling. And that cedar doesn't have a chance next to this guy. 5-6 foot long branch. Try to limb them when they're standing so that when you do go to burn it, the pile's not got much air in it. This is where I'll just do some pecking, because the engine doesn't have enough torque. It's already working hard enough to spin that blade up. You can't just sink the pink, you know. Look at that. It's pretty nice. I don't know, it's the most efficient way I've found so far. This thing's pretty light. Hucking a chainsaw around on this stuff is a workout. And like I said, all this stuff's trying to get caught up in the chain. You're up there cutting something and this is trying to get pulled up into it. Turns into a wild ride. This saw blade will last, if I stay out of the rocks, it'll last a long time. this gnarly thing, like it's serving no purpose. None. So a log gets pushed down onto this stuff. You know, it's a smaller tree that started. That log's long gone. It's probably that one. Puts that radius in them. Can't even get in through here. Can't hardly tell what's going on. Again, after a few minutes, we'll be able to use it. Right, the best thing is that there's not really anything that's trying to kill you out here. I mean, maybe wildlife, but the vegetation. There's only a few thorn varieties, and they're not even that violent. And they're not very frequent, that's for sure. Go on now. See that long dead one? Stick ya. Riding on dirt bikes, that thing will just stick ya. The wildlife love it too, because after I go clearing, like I can revisit and there's just, you know, droppings everywhere. Droppings and tracks. I don't blame them. I don't want to be fighting that stuff. I don't know, maybe this is one of those oddly satisfying videos. Probably should be time-lapsing it, but... See, like I say, get some of them higher ones, why not? Especially when you got the hillside up there, then you can see down in here better. Yeah, you could skip the gym if you want to do this all day. Pretty good workout. Your legs are locked up all day, trying to stay on a hill. How I do it is I'll clear a section, and then that night I gotta go get to riding it with something. Get one of the bikes out or a quad, depending on the terrain. Give her a try. Get the reap the reward, you know. I don't know, maybe we should do more of this stuff. Instead of people complaining about wildfires, we get out and clean them up. Clean up the timber. What do they call it? Stewardship? I don't know. trees are all laid down because of the snow. Gets plowed over off the road. Like I said, this is kind of, it's one of those plants that it'll take over. It just keeps crawling around. Oh. Oh. Keep this one down. That's not too bad. Pretty good sized tree to be mowing off with this low horsepower weed eater. I like the size of this one. I've tried bigger ones, and there you are. You're out of position on hills and stuff. So lugging around something big like that really lowers your amount of time to work. I mean, I know they make shoulder straps and all that, but then you got this big boom sticking out and you're trying to manage that. So this one's kind of nice for that. All right. Well, that's just what I got with this setup. Working good. I've put it to the test, that's for sure. And it's still going. Might go out that way for now. I don't even know if, nope, still got gas. All right, y'all have a good day.